It was my first day at university, and like many other freshmen, I was both excited and nervous. As I entered the large lecture hall, I noticed groups of students chatting, most of them clearly trying to make friends. I quietly found a seat near the middle, observing the room while pretending to check my phone. A few minutes later, our professor, Dr. Ahmed, walked in. He greeted us with a warm smile and started the class by introducing himself. Then, he did something unexpected. "Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves," he said. "Tell us your name, where you're from, and one thing you're passionate about." I felt a knot in my stomach. Public speaking wasn't my strength, and I wasn't sure what to say to make a good impression. I listened as the introductions started. Some students were confident, speaking clearly about their hometowns and their interests. Others, like me, were a bit more nervous, stammering their way through a few sentences. As the turn came closer, I reminded myself of a tip I had read: be honest and be yourself. When it was finally my turn, I took a deep breath and stood up. "Hi, everyone. My name is Aisha," I began. "I'm from Lahore, and I'm here to study computer science." I paused for a moment, then continued, "One thing I'm passionate about is coding, but beyond that, I love photography. Capturing moments helps me see the world differently, and it gives me a creative break from all the technical stuff." There was a brief silence, and then I saw a few people nodding and smiling. It wasn't a groundbreaking introduction, but it felt real. I sat back down, relieved that I had survived. As the class continued, I noticed one of the girls who had introduced herself earlier glance in my direction. Later, during a break, she approached me. "Hey, I also love photography," she said with a smile. We ended up chatting about cameras and our favorite places to take pictures. It wasn't long before we exchanged numbers, and I felt the first wave of connection in this new chapter of my life. That day taught me an important lesson: introductions don't have to be perfect or flashy. Being genuine is enough to start building relationships. Let's learn some words and expressions from the story. Pretending, acting like something is true when it's not. Example: she was pretending to be happy, even though she felt sad inside. Passionate, having strong feelings or emotions about something. Example: he is passionate about painting and spends hours working on his art every day. Knot in stomach, a feeling of nervousness or anxiety, often experienced as a tight feeling in the stomach. Example: before giving her speech, she felt a knot in her stomach because she was so nervous. Groundbreaking, something very new or innovative, often making a significant change or impact. Example: the scientists' groundbreaking research changed the way we think about medicine. Flashy, something that is very noticeable because it's bright or attracts a lot of attention, often in an exaggerated way. Example: his flashy new car caught everyone's attention because of its bright color and fancy design. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until then, keep shining bright with Storylight.